You were engaged in covering up your crime by disposing of her body in a remote area of the Glentrool forest. You placed her naked body in a shallow grave and covered it up with vegetation and soil from a deposition site.
Emma Faulds, a 39-year-old youth worker from Kilmarnock, was known for her vibrant spirit and dedication to helping others. But on Tuesday, April 30th, 2019, Emma didn't show up for work. She was a dedicated youth worker, and this was completely out of character for her. Her family, now deeply concerned, went to her apartment to check on her welfare. There, they found her beloved pet, whom she adored, locked inside and alone. Her family had a sinking feeling that something was terribly wrong. Authorities were notified, and a search was launched immediately. Friends, family, and volunteers gathered to look for any sign of Emma, combing through neighbourhoods and spreading the word across Scotland. But days turned into weeks, and there was no trace of Emma. As time passed, the question grew louder. Where was Emma Faulds? The last person believed to have seen Emma alive was her longtime trusted friend, Ross Wilox. The two had met years earlier while working together at Kilmarnock Prison and had maintained a close friendship ever since. Emma had visited Ross at his home in South Ayrshire, something she had done many times before, a routine gathering between friends. Ross Wilox, racked with worry, told police that on the night of April 28, 2019, after spending time together at his home, Emma decided to drive back to her flat in Kilmarnock around 11 p.m. He claimed she had dropped him off, and he later took a taxi back to his residence around 7 a.m. the following morning. Wilox described Emma as positive and upbeat during their time together, mentioning she was discussing her upcoming 40th birthday and a planned cruise. 6 agonizing weeks later, a breakthrough finally emerged. Police, tirelessly pursuing every lead, were drawn to the remote Glentrool forest. On June 12, 2019, Emma's body was discovered, hidden beneath the soil and scattered leaves in a secluded part of the forest. The peacefulness of the forest stood in stark contrast to the tragic reality of what had happened. Police reviewed hours of CCTV footage, hoping to piece together her final movements. What they found was chilling. Security cameras captured Wilox driving Emma's blue BMW back to her home on April 29th. In the footage, he meticulously wiped down the car's interior, an attempt to erase any evidence of his presence. Further CCTV footage showed him purchasing bleach, gloves, and disinfectant. Each step appeared calculated, as if he was covering up something sinister. The investigation quickly turned towards someone close to Emma, Ross Wilox, her longtime trusted friend. The signs were undeniable, but what could drive a friend to commit such an act? During the trial, the evidence continued to mount. Testimonies and forensic analysis painted a disturbing picture of a man going to shocking lengths to cover his tracks. Soil found on Wilox's boots matched samples from the area in Glentrool Forest where Emma's body was discovered. This connection proved vital in establishing his presence at the scene. Ross Wilox consistently denied any involvement in Emma Faulds' disappearance and death. He maintained that after spending time together at his home on April 28, 2019, Emma drove him to her flat in Kilmarnock, where he stayed overnight. Wilox claimed he left her flat the following morning, asserting she was alive and well at that time. Throughout the investigation and subsequent trial, he refuted allegations of wrongdoing, despite mounting evidence to the contrary. There were additional signs that raised suspicion. Lack of participation in search efforts. Despite being a close friend, Wilox did not join the search for Emma. He told police he did not participate in the search efforts after she went missing, which struck many as odd. Inconsistent accounts. Wilox provided differing accounts of the events surrounding Emma's disappearance. He initially claimed that after spending time together at his home, Emma drove him to her flat in Kilmarnock, where he stayed overnight. However, CCTV footage later contradicted this narrative, painting a different picture of the events. Contacting police for updates. Wilox contacted the police twice, expressing concern and requesting updates on the investigation. He stated he was getting really worried about her, which could be interpreted as an attempt to appear concerned and distance himself from suspicion. In May 2021, Ross Wilox was found guilty and sentenced to life imprisonment with a minimum term of 20 years.
Only you will know what happened in your house that night that led you to murdering your friend. Having murdered her, you then embarked on an elaborate scheme to cover up your crime. The jury saw through your deceit, and now her family and the public know that you murdered Emma Faulds, and you will pay a heavy price for what you did.
Justice was served, but the questions remained. Emma's cause of death could not be determined due to the condition of her body, which added to the tragedy of her case. The tragic loss of Emma Faulds was felt deeply by all who knew her. A beloved daughter, a caring friend, and a devoted youth worker, her absence left an unfillable void. Her family and friends remember her as a bright, caring soul, one whose kindness lives on in their memories. If you found this story impactful, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update on our latest true crime stories. And tell us in the comments, what are your thoughts on the case of Emma Faulds and the tragic betrayal by someone she trusted? Let's keep her memory alive by sharing her story. Thank you for watching and stay safe.